What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Sunday Riff Refinery. We are on episode number 27, and today I'm beyond stoked to tell you that we actually have a sponsor for the video, and today's sponsor is going to be the fine folk over at Rocklock, the universal quick change strap lock for guitar straps and bass straps. Now, unlike other strap lock systems, the Rocklock is a simple two-piece mechanism that attaches to the guitar strap in just a matter of seconds. And so if you need to change to a different colored strap to match your guitar's finish a little bit better, easy way to go, but you could also just buy 2 sets of these and be good to go as well. It then mounts to the guitar in just a matter of seconds as well, and the guitar is fully protected. That strap is not going anywhere. You are 100 times more likely to get bitten by a shark in the ocean than to have the Rocklock strap locks come off of your strap and damage your guitars. And just to be extra careful, Rocklock has provided some rubber adhesive padding to go on the back of each of the Rocklock pieces, so that way when it sits against your guitar, there is a nice soft padding that's not going to scratch or harm your finish in any way. The beauty of having these Rocklock strap locks on your guitar strap is that if you're somebody who plays live with multiple different guitars, you only need to bring one strap with you, and that one strap can easily be taken on and off of multiple different guitars or basses throughout your set, so that way you can do a quick guitar change and not have to figure out the strap situation. So I sincerely hope that you decide to click that link down in the description below to check out the Rocklock strap locks. These will be the best investment that you've ever made to protect your most expensive investments. Check them out down below. And now, let's get back to the video. So, since today's a special occasion, I figured we'd do things a little bit differently, but as usual, let's go ahead and put this chair down into sport mode here. Okay, we're in sport mode. Alright, so we'll be working with a new guitar from GOC Guitars today, and I chose to write with it because it's in drop D at the moment, and I've been getting back into grunge and shoegaze again, so we're gonna write like a Grungegaze track today. Is Grungegaze a thing, or emo grunge, or grunge emo? Something along those lines here, but we've got some vocals working, we've got some guitar riffs working, and we're using a very specific plugin for it today because it just fits the genre so damn well. We're working with the Pedalboard plugin, that's the actual name of it, Pedalboard, from Fine Classics Plugins. You've seen me use this in the past, I'll link it up above and down below like usual. And yes, as usual, there is an affiliate link down in the description below as well because I am partnered with Fine Classics Plugins. But this is what we're working with as far as the guitar tone goes. So it's not too heavy, it's not too much gain, but it definitely has that thicker sound to it, right? Well, let's go ahead and put on some headphones real quick so we can get to jamming. All right, since I've been listening to a ton of different grunge bands right now, like Split Chain and Superheaven, I decided to go for that kind of vibe, so really slow, sludgy, grungy on the guitars, and that's why we chose this guitar tone. So the first riff is gonna go... And we did use some drum loops for this as well from the Loudstack Punk MIDI Drum Grooves pack again. Just worked and it fit in the song pretty easily. All of that running through my favorite Robot Dog drums, especially for this genre, it fits so well. So let's go ahead and track the left and right guitar so you can hear it with the drums. Pretty simple, pretty catchy, but you already know that we've got to go for a lead on that too. So for the lead guitar tone, we got a little bit more going on this time. So we've got the phaser, the fuzz, delay, the ampli itself, and the Space Engine reverb, and this is what it sounds like. And the lead part comes in the second half of that first riff, so let's go ahead and listen to that. I think that fit pretty well. It just sounded good to my ears, and it fits the vibe of the song pretty well because it gives you that, you know, grunge slash shoegaze slash maybe emo kind of feel to it. It's slow, it keeps the vibes rolling, and the ping pong effect of it going from ear to ear. So if you're not wearing headphones or listening through stereo speakers, you won't get that effect, but it does sound really cool through headphones. Next up, we have a really cool delay style-ish kind of riff. It's to slow the movement of the song down. We had a pretty good intense-ish kind of intro. We want to slow things down, and we're gonna do something cool on the bass as well, but the guitar riff goes... Something along those lines. So let's go ahead and play that to the drums too. All right, so now we've got that one in there too. All right, so from there we go back to the main rhythm tone, which is... So we took off the effects and things like that, right? But we're gonna switch the riff up a little bit. It's gonna sound pretty cool. It's gonna vibe with the drums as well, and then we're gonna have a lead come in on that too. So let's go ahead and dive into this chorus riff. So simple, but gets the trick done, but it's a little bit too boring. So what we need is a really nice little lead to go over it. And you already know that we're gonna go back to that same spacey lead tone that we were doing. And again, I can't say this enough, if you don't have headphones on right now, put them on because it sounds really sick through headphones, man. All right, so for this one specifically, I kind of wanted to put the panic chords that I use in metal and metalcore a lot into it and just make it fit because it's really spaced out and there's a lot of ambience happening here. So and you can hear it's ringing out back and forth. So we're gonna go ahead and record to that. So we play the first like quarter of the chorus and then it kicks in. All right, and it was really important there that I let it ring out like that just because of the fact that I want that to be how that track ends. I wanted to just end on that dissonance and have the dissonance slowly kind of come back into normalcy. And what I mean by that is we have the dissonance itself, which is... And so that's the normalcy. So it starts with the dissonance. So it's a dissonant note there. And then if we bend it, it kind of comes into unison. And then we end it like that. So it's the opposite of what I said. We end it on dissonance. So we bring it up into the unison and then end it on the dissonance, which just makes it sound sick in my opinion. Now though, we need some bass and we did something a little bit interesting for the bass. So hold on real quick while I go grab one, okay? Hold up. All right, so as I said, we did something interesting for the bass. I've got my Squier Affinity Series jazz bass, very bare bones bass. I did replace the pickup with Seymour Duncan quarter pound, so they do sound better than they normally would have. But what I did different is I'm also using the same Fine Classics plugin. I'm using the Pedalboard plugin, I'm using the Ampli pedal inside of it, and I have it set to the same full amp. But I've brought the gain down, I brought the bass quite a bit up, I brought the mids down and treble down. And then I've added the Sonic Sculptor after it as well, which I need to turn on here. But this is what we're working with for the bass tone. I'm actually pretty damn stoked on it. So it actually has, to my ears, at least in headphones, it has quite a bit of low end to it, and I'm using the Mesa 412 cabinet, so they're a pretty, ballsy, low end, heavy kind of cabinet, and so I think it does fit pretty well. But let's go ahead and jam along to the song a little bit and let you hear what that sounds like. So it sounds good, right? Like I did not expect it to sound that good through a guitar amp sim. And honestly, if I use like a bass speaker cab impulse response, it might even sound better. I might do that in the final mix, which y'all are about to hear. But there's one specific part of the song I wanted you to hear me playing because it just, I don't know, it just seemed to fit. So here's that little delay guitar, like slower part real quick. So I was feeling something a little bit more like Blink-182-esque here. So what I wrote for is something like that. Let me go ahead and hit record so you can hear it in the context. So I don't know, there's just something that was really catchy about that for me. It sounds so cool. And I did that instead of doing like a lead guitar riff over the top of that. And I don't know, does it work? I think it works. I think that it leaves space for vocals too, because the melody is happening on the bass and not up in the vocal registers, you know? So that's what I wrote for that. And then the chorus, man, when the chorus kicks in with the bass, you're gonna dig this. It sounds really good in my opinion. So let's go ahead and record the bass to that as well. Right? It sounds good, especially once that lead guitar riff comes in. It works, man. It works. I like it. It works. It sounds good. I'm here for it. And as I said earlier, I did write some vocals for this, and you're about to hear them in the playthrough. But let me know down in the comments below, would you like to see me actually recording these vocals in my DAW in future videos? Because I can definitely do that. It takes me a while, so I'll have to do a lot of cutting. But let me know if that's something you would actually like to see. I know I'm not a great vocalist, but maybe some people want to see my process for recording the vocals, or maybe how I set up the plugins that I use to make them actually sound what I think is somewhat decent. But yeah, let's go ahead and check out the final playthrough, shall we? Well, I don't know about y'all, but I think it's safe to say that's somewhat of a banger. Maybe not my best work, I don't know. I'm really critical of myself, especially with songs that have me actually singing, because I just don't like my singing voice if I'm being quite honest. But I am stoked on how they came out. You'll see I threw some screams in there at the end. The bass is actually probably what I'm most proud about. It just sounds really, really good for this style of song. Sounds great, and I'm using a plugin meant for guitar. So it's pretty sick. As usual, all applicable links are down below. We've got the affiliate links for the Fine Classics plugin. And once again, a huge shout out to Rocklock for sponsoring this video. I have put these on both of the straps that I own so far, and they are fantastic. And I will not be going any other way because it's so nice to not have to drill into my guitar or do anything like that, you know? It just works. It fits on the guitars perfectly. It fits on both my headless and headed guitars? Headed? I don't know if that's the right way to say it. Headed guitars? I don't know. That's weird. Anyways, check out the Rocklock strap locks down in my description below. This has been Sunday Riff Refinery number 27 in the books. And until next time, peace and love, and I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Bye now.